Hello, fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the Zirsso Taxiangyuan Technology Company Limited. The ZR12025B12V fan with 110 to 240 volt potentiometer, speed controller, and legs. I've got it in the single and in the triple unit. When I say single and triple, I mean the number of fans. There's also one with a double. So I'm going to just make it easy and show you the single. And I'll show you the triple, but I'm not going to use it much. I'm going to focus on using this one. And these are DC on one end. Going to this controller, which will be plugged into the wall. It comes with two grills and bolts, legs, nuts, and rubber feet. So what you want to do, personally, I would not use the legs, but I would use the rubber feet. The reason I would not use the legs is because the legs are going to put a space between the vent and the fans. And that space means that the fans cannot as efficiently remove the hot air coming up through the vents. If, however, the fans are very close to it, imagine that my fingers, that the spaces between my fingers, that is, are the vents. With the fan like this, the air is immediately, turn it over the right way, is immediately going to be sucked out through the vents. So the hot air is going to go, and then it's going to come out here. If, however, you use these legs, which are, I'd say about, half an inch, maybe a little bit less. So if we have it like this, that means that the hot air isn't going to be evacuated as quickly. And if you've got a device that's not very hot, you just want to help it out a little bit, this is okay. But if you really need to keep it cool, if you're in a hot environment, or it just heats up a lot, you really need to have this as close to the vents as possible. And it doesn't matter if it's this brand or another brand. Now, I did a few days ago do one about what was it? It was the Shenzhen Amranji electronic fan company, and they had one with plastic grills on both sides. And it was pre-assembled. And those plastic grills were actually decreasing the airflow and pressure. So they were making it harder for the unit to do its job. I guess they thought they were saving some money. Now, this is the triple. And you can see that the legs have not been installed on this. So again, I don't recommend the legs. But you do what you need to do. It's got the same controller and everything else. They come with two cable ties as well in case you need that. So I think that, this is a nice idea, but the legs are more of a novelty, more of a gimmick, I feel, than something useful. All right. Now that you've seen that, let me get this set up and we'll listen to it. All right, so I'm going to have you listen to the single. I'm also going to have you hear the triple, so you can you can tell there's a difference. Okay, and in terms of numbers, because decibels are not like a straight linear thing; they're a logarithmic, I believe. The numbers do not reflect the difference properly, but don't worry, you'll hear the difference.
All right. Right now, it's very, very quiet. There is kind of a a noise that kind of reminds me of either something is rubbing or that something is just so ever slightly touching something else as it passes by. There's a harmonic resonance. Again. 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 And that's maximum.
So obviously, at this volume, you're going to hear it. Now, you could put it inside of an enclosure that's vented on the bottom or on the lower side so that you could suck in air with it. And then the pressure would just push that air out another vent somewhere else on the other side. The static pressure is not huge on this. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 2.5. Yeah, I think it's about 2.5 millimeters of pressure. So, it's decent, but for the amount of noise, what this really is good at is airflow. It's okay with the static pressure is it's average. It's nothing special. You can use it for a case, obviously, and an air cooler. I really wouldn't recommend it for radiators, though. It's just a little bit too weak. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specs right after we listen to the triple. I don't know how well you can see the triple, but it's right here.
One of them has a harmonic resonance. There's a harmonic resonance. Again. 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 Now there's a weird low hum. It's very low. That's maximum.
So as you could hear, that was significantly louder than just one. And that's what you should expect. You should expect when you're taking 3 fans that blow as much air as this fan can, it's going to be louder. Now, you'll be surprised by the numbers, I think. So, here we go with the specs. All right, so the Zirsso, or Zirsso, I'm not really sure how to say that. Zirsso, Taxiangyuan Technology Company Limited, the ZR12025B12V, 120 millimeters with 110 to 240 volts AC, speed controller, and legs. I know, that's a mouthful. Sorry about that. but there's nothing I can do about it. They didn't actually make model names or model numbers, I should say. So all I could do was take that information and string it all together, and that's what I got. Now, the single unit is about $20. I think the double is $35, I want to say. And then the triple is around $44. Now, that's including my guesstimate on the shipping. They are compliant with CE and ROHS, made in China. And then the number of fans determines the length. So it's 120, 240, or 360. The width is 120. And the depth with the grills on is 40. Without the grills, with the grills and legs, it's 40. Without the grills, it's probably like, I think, 28. And then without anything, it's just 25. No information on MTBF or warranty. Then the approximate weight for the single is 360 and the triple is 800 grams. So, they're not light, but, what can you say? What can I say? More to the point. So they have 7 blades each, 105 millimeters between the mounting holes, 750 to 3,000 RPMs, plus or minus 10%. And the airflow for one is 95. So I'm assuming, I don't know for a fact, I haven't looked this up. I'm assuming that the airflow for 3 would be 285. I'm assuming it's just a straight addition thing because you have 3 fans, each with the same cubic feet per minute. Now, the minimum pressure, I'm guessing, is 0.1, and the maximum is around 2.5 millimeters of static pressure. Then the noise is supposed to be 40 for the single and 38 for the triple. Now, I'm not mentioning the numbers there are other numbers in this chart. I'm not mentioning them because that's my actual results. But, you can always pause and look at that stuff. The fan cable is, I don't know why I wrote 33. It's 330. There we go. Oh, wait, no. That is 32 and 33. Yeah, 33 and 32 centimeters respectively. So it's basically the same thing, just a little bit of variance. No, not daisy chainable, but they are sleeved AC, and they use dual ball bearings. 12 volts, starting at 5 for the single. I don't know what the starting is for the triple because for some reason they did not give that information for the triple. And actually, this stuff belongs here with the single, not with the triple. Okay, so 5 to 12 volts for running and 5 for starting. 14.4 is the rated wattage, minimum of 2.16, and the rated amperage is 1.2 with a minimum of 0.18. Now, again, with the triples, I would assume that this is a simple arithmetic thing. So 3 times 14.4, 3 times 2.16, and so on and so forth. But I don't actually know. I don't remember anymore from my circuitry classes that I took, what was it, 30 plus years ago? Yeah, 30 plus years ago. They do have indicators of rotation and flow turn in the clockwise direction. They come with grills and legs and bolts and nuts and feet that are rubber, and the potentiometer controller that has a range that has a cable length, including the box, of 226 centimeters.